Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Ambreen, and today I thought it would be such a good idea to talk to you guys about winter and skincare, because literally we're in the middle of winter and skincare is an issue when it comes to winter, especially for people with dry skin. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there for you guys. I am normal to combination skin, so I tend to normally get oily in my T-zone area, but that's where I also get dry as well if I'm not careful. But other than that, I don't get crazy spots or anything like that. I do get the occasional spots, and I will also tell you what I do to avoid my spots. So this is basically how I look after my skin in winter. Yeah, so if you're interested, just keep on watching and we'll get started. This is the notebook that I have that I keep all my notes in, and I thought I'd kind of do a keep a couple of notes about this video and what I wanted to say, because I tend to forget everything when I'm recording. My sister left her phone here and it's going to be buzzing on the floor. Okay, so I'm not some kind of skin expert, so take my advice with a grain of salt. Think about it before you start testing, and yeah, just don't blame me in the end. Okay, right. But I promise all of my tips are great. Okay, first of all, half of your body is made up of water, so you really need to make sure you're drinking your water. I know everybody bangs on about this and how important it is to drink water, but it really is. Not drinking water can affect you in so many ways. First of all, it can dehydrate your skin, and on top of that, if you don't drink enough water, you can end up with sore throat and things like that, and make yourself ill. But I'm sure I put this on vibrate, so make sure you're drinking lots of water. I tend to try and drink at least 2 litres. Barely happens, so I at least try and drink 1.5 litres of water a day. Really, you're supposed to drink 2 litres, but that just makes me constantly go to the toilet, so my kind of midway is 1.5 litres. So that's what I try and do, and I've noticed if I don't drink enough water, that's when I start to get the sore throat, that's when I start to get the dry skin, that's when I have to take paracetamol, and paracetamol dries out your skin. So make sure you're drinking lots of water. Water basically is like a lifesaver. It stops you from getting ill as well. So drink lots of water during this winter especially as well. You might think you don't need it, but you do. Tip number 2 is make sure you have a skincare routine set in place. So I have to do my skincare routine twice a day. It's much more deeper. Like, there's a lot more steps to it in the night, especially when I have to wash off my makeup and stuff like that. But I've noticed that if I do miss out on any of my skincare routine, or even if I don't do the bare minimum, that's when I get my spots, that's when I get my dry skin, and yeah, that's a big no-no. So, and especially if you wear makeup, that's my 3rd tip. Especially if you wear makeup, please take it off. Please wash it off, and that will just be a lifesaver to your skin. Wash your makeup off. Many a time have I fallen asleep with my makeup on. I never thought I was going to be that type of person, but it ends up happening, especially when you're working lots and you're just tired and you eat and go to sleep. But make sure you take off your makeup. I tend to use an oil cleanser because that works best for me. If you've got dry skin, use an oil cleanser. Don't use wipes, don't use cotton pads. Go for oil cleanser and then a gentle face wash. The one I'm using at the moment is the simple face wash. I'll show you guys, it's up here. This is the face wash I use on a daily basis. Well, I use this in the night when I'm washing off my makeup, but before that I go in with an oil cleanser, and the oil cleanser I've been using is a simple one. This is a new bottle. This is the simple hydrating cleansing oil, and this is a very good dupe to the Rice Water Bright from, who's this from? The Face Shop. This is what I used to use before, but then I kept the bottle because it's a fantastic bottle, and I transferred this into here, and it works exactly the same. I just take a pump. I don't even need 2 pumps. You can if you're wearing a lot of makeup on, but I take a I take a pump, I put it all over my skin and rub it in and massage it in, and then I wash it off, and then I go in with my facial cleanser, which again is the simple one. I like the gel one as well. If you like the gel one, maybe you could use that one. That's more for if you're oilier skin. This is more for if you're dry skin. And then after that, I have to come down straight away from the bathroom and do my skincare routine. So first of all, I tone. just so I could balance my skin out. Toner is quite important for balancing as well. Make sure you're using a toner. I use a simple one from Boots, the ones that you can get for £3, so basically £1 a bottle. The simple one is also good as well. I use that too. Yeah, but just make sure you're using a basic toner. It shouldn't sting you. It should just feel like water on your face, really. And you should be able to see the excess dirt coming off. Then after that, my fourth tip is do not use physical scrubs on your face. If you have oily skin, or even if you have dry skin, you think, oh, I'm going to use a scrub, get rid of the dry skin, and get rid of like the sebum in my pores and stuff like that. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I can vouch for it firsthand. I have some huge pores around my nose and my chin, and I used to use a physical scrub to get rid of, because I have like whiteheads, and I used to use that to get rid of it, and it just made it worse. I stopped doing that. I stopped picking at them, and this is my best friend now. This is the Naturally Radiant Glycolic Tonic. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Pixie Tonic, Glycolic Tonic from Pixie, but this one's from Superdrug, and it's cheap, and it's always goes on offer, and this is what I use, and I only use a little bit of it. I don't put it anywhere near my eyes, and I just use it, and honest to God, it's brilliant. Like, I haven't had any major like whiteheads on my nose. My pores have gotten smaller. Well, they look smaller, so that's fantastic. I just take a bit on my cotton pad that I use to tone, and I just wipe it all over my face, and you really get rid of excess dirt on top of that, even though you've toned. And then I'll go with my Simple Hydrating Rich Moisturiser. Before that, I use an essence. And again, this one's from Superdrug. It's from the brand B, which is under Superdrug anyway. Essence lotion, but you can use any essence lotion you want. It's just like another layer, but you can skip it out as well if you don't need it. Then I go on with my moisturiser and my eye cream. Eye cream comes first, but what I'm trying to tell you is make sure you do your skincare routine, because then the next day, after you've just lightly washed your face, I don't wash my face with anything else other than water in the morning, because I've cleansed it thoroughly in the night anyway. So when I do that, I realise my skin is more hydrated. I have had days though when it feels really dry, and when my skin is feeling a lot more drier and I need a bit more hydration and my skincare routine isn't giving it to me, that's when I'll go in with sheet masks. I'm currently using this one. This is the Shea Butter one from Innisfree. This is a different packaging. This is the older packaging. I need to get through all of these before I get new ones. But if I can insert a clip of a picture of the way they look now, I'll do that. But you can get tons of different types. And I just apply a sheet mask, and then if I can't do that, if I'm knackered and I just can't be bothered to waste 20 minutes doing a sheet mask, then I'll go in with a hydrating mask. And this is the one from Superdrug again, and this is the vitamin E one. This isn't my favourite one. There was one they used to do before. This is the one they used to do before. It's the hydrating face mask, and this also says vitamin E. They've changed it. It's not the same anymore. This one is beautiful, and the packaging was amazing. This one is, I don't notice much of a difference, but it is hydrating. It's adding a layer of another layer of hydration to my skin. I just don't like the packaging. Like, this has leaked on me 3 times. You literally have to keep it flat, otherwise it twists off and then it all leaks out by itself. So that is the most part of what I do. Again, when you get spots, please don't pick at them. It's not helpful. Just let it go down or let it come out. Like if it's a whitehead, let it come out, and then apply like a plaster, not a plaster, those little circle plasters that you can get. Mostly Korean brands sell them, like COSRX. Those are the ones I use to cover it, and then it will come out itself. Don't start poking and prodding it yourself, please don't, because you'll just end up scarring your skin. So oh, I forgot to tell you my toner. There's another toner I use after I've got a cotton pad and toned my skin with my Boots one. This is my DIY toner. Completely forgot to tell you guys this, but this is my lifesaver. Made up of 2 ingredients. It's made up of rose water and glycerin. Glycerin is fantastic. You can get glycerin from Boots, and the reason why glycerin is so good is because it draws water to draws it out of your body to the surface of your skin, and it allows it to stay hydrated that way. So I basically get the tiniest amount of glycerin, like literally 1 to let's say 5% to 95%. 5% is glycerin, the rest is rose water. Shake it up, and then I spritz as much of this as I want on my face because it's cheap anyway, because I've made it myself. And I swear by this so much. If you have dry skin, or if you need a pick-me-up, even if you have oily skin, what am I talking about? I'm dry to oily combination skin. If you've got any skin type, just make this at home and you will thank me later. By the way, the bottle I got from Milko's because it's got a really nice spray on it. Spritz. And I spray as much as I want, and if I feel like my skin is still dry, I'll spray it again and then pat it in with my hands. Make sure you have clean hands though, okay? Right, guys, those are all of my tips and tricks for skincare in winter. A lot of it's to do with the all year round, but I've added in the extra tips for winter too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you liked it, please subscribe, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.